So how long can you really count on coverage and protection for your electric vehicle battery? So let's take a look at some warranties from 2016 for used vehicles. If you look at all these vehicles, and again, these aren't all the electric vehicles, and some of this may have changed, but most vehicles have an 8-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Now, since then, the federal government has required that electric vehicles have at least an 8-year, 100,000-mile warranty on the battery. And that sounds good. It's like, well, 8 years, that's a long time. I'm not going to keep my car 8 years. However, don't forget about the 100,000 mile. Most people drive 20 to 25,000 miles a year. In fact, many people drive more than 25,000 miles a year. 25,000 miles a year is about 2,000 miles a month. 2,000 miles a month is nothing. That's about 30-something miles per day. So if you have a 15-mile trip to work each day, you're going to hit 2,000 miles a month easy. Not counting trips or weekend trips or beach trips or what have you. So if you drive 25,000 miles a year, you're going to hit 100,000 miles in 4 years. Half the warranty year. So forget about the 8 years. Most people think in terms of time. Think about that 100,000 miles. There are plenty of vehicles that hit 100K in 3-4 years. What else about battery warranties is important? Well, typically, if the vehicle still has 70% of its battery capacity, they consider it to be normal wear and tear. So you have to get below 70% in order for the warranty to kick in. And there's a lot of other exclusions. Impact, damage. You know, if you get in an accident, they could say, well, that caused the battery damage. Right? What about used vehicles? Well, if you buy a used car, you're probably going to buy a car with miles on it. Even a low mileage vehicle that has 50,000 or 60,000 miles on it, if you're an average driver that drives 30 miles a day, you're going to run out of battery warranty in 2 years on a used electric vehicle, which is why it's extremely important to have the battery tested and to plan for that expense. It's not like on a used car, you know you're going to need brakes and shocks and tires, which might be a few $100s per year. A replacement battery can be close to $10,000 or more. And in some used vehicles, they don't even make the batteries anymore, which means when the battery dies, the car's totaled. Question is, do batteries die? Well, we all have a cell phone. The battery in a vehicle is the same as your cell phone, lithium ion in most vehicles. How long does your cell phone last? Have you had a cell phone for more than 8 years? If you are, you're a rare bird. Most people get rid of their phone in 2 or 3 years. Not always because of the battery. Sometimes it's because it's running too slow. They want a new phone. They want new features. But let's go back and look at the first reason. If it's running too slow, why is it running slow? Maybe it's the battery. And you charge and discharge your phone every day. That's what wears out a battery. Charge and discharge. Are you going to charge up your electric vehicle? Now, this information is based on current battery technology. Future batteries may be different. But if you're looking at current electric vehicle acquisitions, new or used, you have to plan for this type of usage that may or may not match what you expect on a vehicle. Let us know in the comments what you think about battery sustainability, battery longevity, battery dependability. Do you think an electric vehicle battery is going to last long enough for you to depend on that vehicle for your transportation the same way you would on a gasoline vehicle? And how do they test batteries? Well, electric vehicle batteries are tested using static laboratory testing, charge, discharge. It doesn't necessarily get into a lot of the real world use that people do. So it remains to be seen how these batteries are going to play out in actual usage. So current electric vehicle purchasers may be kind of a test case to see how these batteries last. Get them tested, get good evaluations, and use your electric vehicle as a tool to save you some money on gas, understanding that there may be some differences in the repair bills compared to gasoline vehicles.